Theme: Media's role in shaping social change, addressing inequities, and empowering voices. Chairman Alex Ndudi Enebele, FSM, President, Institute of Strategic Management of Nigeria, Chartered. Keynote speaker, Professor Armstrong Idachaba, Professor of Media and Broadcasting Communication. Panelist, Professor Chris Ochonogo, Immediate Past Head of Department, Journalism and Media Studies, University of Port Harcourt. Dr. Ijoma Tobosia, Secretary, NUJ, River State. Dr. Sarah Joe, University Orator and Associate Dean, Faculty of Communication and Media, River State University, Port Harcourt. Dr. Ibiere Koki, Ignatius Aju University of Education, Rumolomini, Port Harcourt. Chief Host, Dr. Chinyere Igwe, Esquire, Chairman, Morrison Group. Date: Tuesday, 10th March 2026. Venue: Gate Place Hotel, Kilometer 5, East West Road, adjacent Obirikwere Flyover, Rumosi, Port Harcourt. Time: 10 a.m. For more information, please call Kainde Paul Obofadi 081 063 41777 or Samuel Ajinwo at 090 454 00744. Signed, Management.
All right, it is the second day of March 2026, and on that note, we welcome you to this evening edition of Sport Talk right here on Atlantic Television Network. My name is Emmanuel Michael, the Prime Minister of the Airways, and I'm glad to be here this evening to bring you up to speed with the latest happening in the world of sport this evening. And as there are so many sporting activities that went down over the weekend, and of course we are here to take you through some of those activities. But then basically the talking point on the show this evening will be centered around Manchester United, because Manchester United, a 2-1 win over Crystal Palace has taken them third to the English Premier League table, and Michael Carrick's impressive performance as United interim head coach continues. And the big question is, should Michael Carrick be retained as a permanent coach at the end of the season for Manchester United, or should United better still look for a more experienced and established coach? All these and many more is going to form the bulk of our conversation. We'll talk about the Arsenal's impressive victory over Chelsea as well, and many other big stories revolving around the world of sports. I'll take a quick break. When I'm back, we'll head straight to the business of the day. Don't go anywhere. All right, welcome back from that short break. I'm not here alone this evening because Miracle Nyekazi makes a return on the show this evening. Miracle, good evening and welcome to Sport Extra.
Yeah, good evening, Port Harcourt. Good evening, Michael. It's always nice to be here to talk sports.
Always nice indeed to be here on Atlantic Television Network as we set sail to bring you some of the big stories, starting from the home scene, talking about the Nigerian Premier Football League matches that were played over the weekend, because there are some interesting results that came through, as well as Academy Warriors beat Abia Warriors 2-0. Akwara United also beat Wiki Tourist 1-0. And on Sunday, we saw Bayelsa United, Yenegoa, beat Rivers United 1-0. Bendel Insurance also ensured all 3 points against Ikorodu City 4-0. Enugu Rangers beat Nasarawa United 2-0. Enyimba FC played 1-1 against Kun Khalifat, while Niger Tornadoes also played zeros against Warri Wolves. Remo Stars got all 3 points against Katsina United 2-0. It ended. Shooting Stars also beat Kano Pillars 2-0. And today, as we speak, Barao FC currently in action against Plateau United, and we'll do well to serve you the result of that game before we leave. But first off, Miracle is about Rivers United traveling away from home to Bayelsa United, and they were beaten 1-0. It looked as though Bayelsa United just know the antidote on how to, beat Rivers United. You could also recall that in the first leg back here at the Adoki and Mercy Maker Stadium, this same side also beat Rivers United 2-1. I mean, do you see that as an easy win for, Bayelsa United, or they just know how to beat Rivers United?
Yeah, for me, Michael, I think that particular fixture is more like a derby, a South-South derby. There are two teams that know themselves very, very well. I think Bayelsa United coming earlier in the season backyard in Port Harcourt to defeat Rivers United in their own backyard. For me, it was one that a lot of people didn't see coming, but I think the Bayelsa United team have a very fantastic squad, a squad depth, a good manager as well that has been rallying his boys around them, making sure that they pick up all maximum points, especially when they play at home. So yesterday I was not surprised about that result. I actually predicted that particular one. But let's not forget that Bayelsa United have quality in that team. So them defeating Rivers United shouldn't be a surprise or a worry to the Rivers United team. I think it was a game that had all it takes, a lot of attacking football in that particular one. The two teams came for the victory, but unfortunately for Rivers United, that one goal deficit was just all Bayelsa United needed for them to come up with that victory.
From the way that Rivers United are going, do you still see them winning or possibly the league? Because currently they sit second with just 1 point below Enugu Rangers, although they have 3 outstanding games. But if you take a look at some of these outstanding games, Rivers United are not doing quite well in terms of getting the maximum points in all of these outstanding games. Just 3 left as we speak right now, and they are seated second. Do you think they are still positioned to win the league?
Yeah, for me, Michael, I feel like Rivers United have an experienced manager in Coach Finidi, the judge that have played football in Europe, played football in the local league here, both in the national team as well. So I think he's actually won the league before, so with Enyimba Football Club. So for me, I think he can be able to pull this one off. He likes the fact that Rivers United have 3 games in hand. For me, I think it might just serve or play as an advantage to them, knowing fully well that they have 9 points to take from those 3 games if they can come up with the victory in those games. So for me, I think that Rivers United, yes, they've been fantastic in the league this season. We saw how shambolic they were at the continent, but for me, I think due to the fact that now they know that they can't compete at the continent or win any silverware except the league title this season, I think that all their focus will be on the league this time around and making sure that they can come up with maximum points, maximum results in those 3 outstanding games and make sure they can go back to the top of the Nigerian Professional League table.
All right, another team that we need to be worried about, Miracle, is Enyimba FC. Enyimba has been a struggling side, for the struggling season for them so far. Even while letting go Deji Ayenu, brought in a new coach, Emmanuel Dodge, but then it seems that the result is not going according to their own expectation. They were held 1-1 against a struggling Kun Khalifat FC side that are seated bottom of the league table. And for this Enyimba, they sit 15th, just few points away from the relegation zone. Do you think that Enyimba can survive relegation this season with about 10 or 11 games to go?
Yeah, for me, I don't see them getting relegated, although they've been struggling in those relegation waters down there in the log. I think Enyimba Football Club are not supposed to be in those kind of positions, but due to the fact that they've been shambolic, they've been struggling this season, they've been unable to come out with victories in games that they should be coming out with victories, especially at home, dropping maximum points at home where they shouldn't be dropping points. It has actually cost them. For me, I think I don't see them getting relegated, but for me, I think that they will still struggle in the league this season, but they might just escape the relegation.
Another struggling side as well, a formidable name when you talk about club teams right here, in the country, and for clubs that are known for a very strong, character and very strong, rich history. You talk about Kano Pillars as well. They are also struggling, and they are seated on 17th position among the relegation, team as we speak right now. What is the problem with Kano Pillars since the start of the season? Because we know Ahmed Musa was also drafted in, as a player and among the administrators as well. We thought maybe, that was a good time for Kano Pillars, but doesn't seem to be working out well for Kano Pillars.
Yeah, for me, I think the management of the club have not been able to be running this club very, very well in the last couple of seasons. Now, let's not forget that they just came back from relegation, and they were actually relegated. They just came back to the league, and they've actually continued to struggle. They were actually fine, and they were moved from their home stadium. They were playing away from home for a while, and for me, I think it actually cost them. But for now, I think Kano Pillars being in 17th position, this shouldn't be where Kano Pillars should be in the league log. And this Kano Pillars, they are a traditional side in Nigeria Professional Football League, a team that has gained experience over time in the league, being one of those teams that have stayed in the league longer, the likes of Kano Pillars, Enyimba, Enugu Rangers, and the rest. So for me, I think Kano Pillars shouldn't be where they are. I think that they still have a lot of improvements to be done in the team, in the squad as a whole, between now and the end of the season. If they can be able to pick up maximum points, especially in their home games, I think they might just escape the relegation.
All right, for Kano Pillars, it's a battle to remain afloat in the Nigerian Premier Football League as they are battling relegation as well. Currently seated 17th on the log after a disappointing start to the season thus far. It's been a very troubling time for them among the relegation candidates as we speak. But then, also involved with a whole lot of issues. We talk about the complaint that have been filed by Nigeria Football Federation, to FIFA for DR Congo fielding in and ineligible players in their CAF World Cup playoff clash in Mexico, where Congo won 4-2 on penalties after a 1-all draw. More than 2 months later, FIFA has not announced a decision, leaving Nigeria's faith uncertain. Meanwhile, DR Congo are facing fresh challenges after reportedly failing to secure visas to Mexico, with both the visa issues and FIFA's ruling still pending. Uncertainty surround DR Congo's World Cup campaign. So, DR Congo a lot of challenges, standing before them. One is visa issues, because security has been tightened. And then again, you talk about the wait for the ruling by FIFA, courtesy of that petition sent to them by Nigerian Football Federation. With all of this, uncertainty and distraction, if eventually FIFA rules in favor of DR Congo, this is certainly going to affect them, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. I think there's been a lot of speculation throughout the course of this, will I say, if I'm not giving the verdict yet so far. I think there's been a lot of speculation that Nigeria might just be given an opportunity to go to the World Cup, that DR Congo might be thrown out of the World Cup. So we don't really know per se FIFA's verdict so far. But for now, I think these issues might actually hamper the focus and the planning of DR Congo so far. We know that they have visa issues. A lot of their players have not gotten their visas for them to travel into the USA. We know that they've been unable to know if FIFA will grant them a win in that particular case and battle against the Nigerian Football Federation. So for me, I think there's a lot in play right now. For me, I think between now and the end of the season, I just hope that a verdict will be announced and DR Congo would know where they stand in making it through to the World Cup.
Still talking about the uncertainty surrounding not just DR Congo, but this uncertainty is also will also affect the Super Eagles because now, as it stands, they don't know whether FIFA is going to rule in their favor or not. Therefore, their World Cup preparation, as it stands, it's in jeopardy as we speak because they are yet to ascertain the position of FIFA, and it makes it pretty difficult for the Super Eagles to start preparing or even planning for the continental playoff as we speak. So this is not only affecting DR Congo, but it is affecting the Super Eagles as well.
Yeah, for me, I think the Super Eagles have lost focus because they've still been hoping that they might just win the battle and the case over the Congo. But for me, I think that shouldn't be or shouldn't be a reason why they should lose their focus. Let's not forget that the match window, we have an international break this match window. And I hope their focus will be on that particular games and the rest, and leave FIFA to do their thing, and they shouldn't be focused. We have a lot in play. We have the likes of Coach Eric Chell, still the uncertainty around his stay with the Super Eagles squad. He's come out to make some claims. We've heard a lot of rumors already about him. So for me, I think the Super Eagles squad, the coach, the NFF, I think their whole focus should be on the Super Eagles right now and shouldn't be on that FIFA verdict right now because it can go our way or either way.
All right, we'll just keep our fingers crossed, hoping that the FIFA ruling is fair and impartial to, all, both their understand right now because the two teams are in limbo as we speak because their hope is hanging in the balance as we speak. But we'll just wait for FIFA to do the needful and, possibly see where the pendulum is going to swing. Whose favor? Is it in favor of DR Congo or is it in the favor of the Super Eagles? It is only time that we tell. But at this point, we take a quick break here. When we are back, we'll head straight to Europe, where we'll bring you some of the latest results in the English Premier League and other top 5 leagues across Europe. But don't forget that Arsenal, yes, they did it yesterday against Chelsea. And then again, the impressive form and record of Michael Carrick as the interim coach of Manchester United continues. Do well to take you through that as well, and other big football gigs when we are back from this short break. All right, so welcome back from that short break. We brought you the result of the Nigerian Premier Football League matches that went down over the weekend. And of course, we told you that Rivers United lost away from home to Bayelsa United. And Enugu Rangers won their game to move up to first position in the league table, and followed by Rivers United. Although Rivers United have 3 outstanding games. Also brought you the story of the uncertainty, in the camp of DR Congo because of visa challenges, and then the wait for FIFA verdict regarding the petitions sent to FIFA by the Super Eagles. It is time for me to head straight to England and service of the English Premier League result, because on Friday, Wolverhampton Wanderers beat Aston Villa 2 goals to nothing. And on Saturday, yes, there were some mouth-watering games as well, as Bournemouth played 1-1 against Sunderland. Burnley were beaten by Brentford 4 goals to 3. Liverpool 5, West Ham United 2, Newcastle United 2, Everton 3, Leeds 0, Manchester City 1. And on Sunday, Brighton and Hove Albion beat Nottingham Forest 2 goals to 1, even as Fulham also defeated Tottenham Hotspur 2 goals to 1. Manchester United came from a goal down to beat Crystal Palace 2 goals to 1, and Arsenal as well also beat Chelsea Football Club 2 goals to 1 at the Emirates. Miracle 2-1 win for Michael Carrick's Manchester United, and his impressive form as an interim coach of Manchester United continues. The big question here is, taking a look at the form and what Michael Carrick has brought to Manchester United after the sack of Ruben Amorim, do you think that he should be retained as a permanent coach of Manchester United at the end of the season? Or better still, Manchester United should look for a more experienced and established coach?
Yeah, for me, Michael, I feel like if you look at how the result has turned around and turned out throughout the time of Michael Carrick as Manchester United interim manager, you will notice that there's been a lot of improvements. The players have come out to play football. The players have rallied around each other to make sure that they grind that result, especially in difficult games, the likes of Arsenal away from home at the Emirates. I'm going away from home to play against Everton and the Everton Stadium. I think there have been a lot of changes. A lot of players have begun to step up. The likes of Benjamin Sesko, Bruno Fernandes have been fantastic throughout the course of the season. The goalkeeper as well have been pulling out good saves and good results for himself. So I feel like if you look at the impact of Michael Carrick, it's undeniable that he's a fantastic manager. He's turned things around in Manchester United, making sure that they come out with positive results in games that even they find difficult in. So for me, I think you don't change what is not broken. We've seen how he's continued to turn out results, getting 19 points from a possible 21 points so far in the Premier League. So for me, what else does he need to do to prove himself or show that he's a quality manager or prove his worth to that team? I just feel like the Manchester United boss should give him the job, give him time to build, give him finance, buy quality players for him, the players that he wants. I think the transfer window Manchester United had last season, bringing in the likes of Benjamin Sesko, Brian Mbeumo, as well as Patrick Dogulu and Matthias Cunha. Those 4 signings have been very, very impactful throughout the course of the season. They've been fantastic signings so far for us. I think if we continue to sign players with such quality and good players like that, and not wasting money on players that come into the team and not show an impact or not prove themselves, will continue to struggle. But these players have actually shown that yes, with the impact of a good manager, a good coach to coach them, they can actually prove themselves and show their worth. So for me, I want Michael Carrick to be retained as the Manchester United manager.
Michael Carrick magic, yes, he's doing it for Manchester United, as he has taken 19 points out of a possible 22. A great start so far for him as an interim coach of Manchester United. But some are of the opinion that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer at some point was given the job on an interim basis, and he did pretty well, but immediately the job was entrusted to him on a permanent basis. Some say he failed to replicate the same fine form that we saw him during the interim basis. But we'll just wait and see what the decision of Manchester United board is going to be at the end of the season. Certainly, they are going to do a total appraisals of Michael Carrick's performance and see if it is good enough. Then they should give him the job on a permanent basis. It's all boiled down to what the board wants out there. But then let's move to the big one. It was Arsenal at the Emirates Stadium. They were able to ground out the result against Chelsea. But some have criticized that game, saying that it lacked the quality of what was expected of Arsenal and Chelsea because they lacked that free-flowing football, passing around, attacking and counter-attacking from both ends, scoring from an open play. That wasn't what we saw over the weekend. But then he produced 3 goals coming via set piece. And some have called Arsenal set piece FC. Well, whatever that means, Arsenal did the job by getting all 3 points, which is all that matters, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. I think at this stage of the season, Arsenal don't care about how they play their football on the field of play. Or a place in Europe.
Talking about indiscipline, 10 red cards so far, accrued by Chelsea in all competition. This is not a good record at all for a team like Chelsea, who, people or other teams should be looking up for. When you are getting 10 red cards and we still have about 9 or 10 games before the end of the season, what does this mean for Chelsea?
Yeah, for me, I think it's very, very bad. Knowing fully well that those red cards have actually cost them about 17 points this season. They actually drop points, especially when they get red carded. So I think the indiscipline in the team has become very, very alarming. The likes of Moses Caicedo, Cucurella, Wesley Fofana, the likes of Neto, and the rest, the lap, they've all been carded this season. I think it's very, very bad, knowing fully well that your squad, just getting unnecessary red cards, and it's actually costing you points. For me, I think if they continue like this season, they'll find it really, really difficult making it to Europe.
You find it very difficult to make it to Europe as indiscipline continue to rise, as Chelsea Football Club has, received a total of 10 red cards so far this season in all competition, and they still have more games to play in the league and in the UEFA Champions League as well. So we want to say not a good record for Chelsea Football Club. They must find a way to improve on this, which the manager Liam Rosenio talked about shortly after that game. He said that he was devastated, not a good one, and they need to improve on that aspect, which for me I think should be very good for them if they can improve on that aspect of indiscipline. And still talking the English Premier League results and how the table stands. Arsenal, courtesy of that 3 point, they are now 5 points clear of Manchester City, who are the closest rival. Though Manchester City have one outstanding game in hand. Let's talk about the top 4 chase. It's very, very tight as we speak. Manchester United, Aston Villa, Liverpool, Chelsea Football Club. These are the teams that will be battling for the UEFA Champions League spot. Let's say that Arsenal and Manchester City are safe. in terms of the UEFA Champions League sport. Between Manchester United, Aston Villa, Liverpool and Chelsea, which of these teams do you think will also make it to the UEFA Champions League sport?
For me, I think if you look at the way the season is turning out to be, I think Manchester United stand heads and shoulders, has an edge over their counterparts in the likes of Liverpool and the likes of Chelsea as well as Aston Villa. I feel like Aston Villa might just fall off, just like they did last season in the last couple of matches. Chelsea Football Club are struggling right now, missing some key players in their next game. The likes of Alexandra Garnacho will be the only available winger fit to play in that particular one against Aston Villa. So for me, I think the likes of Chelsea, the likes of Aston Villa might struggle, but I see Liverpool and Manchester United just making it through to the Champions League.
Liverpool, yes, making it through to the Champions League, and Manchester United. I will see how all of this is going to pan out as we speak, as a chase for the UEFA Champions League sport continues, as English teams are battling. The likes of Manchester United, the likes of Liverpool, Aston Villa, Chelsea, they are all fighting for the top 4 finish. But let's head straight to the La Liga, because there are some results as well that came through in the La Liga over the weekend, as Levante beat Deportivo Alaves 2-0. While on Saturday, Rayo Vallecano played 1-1 against Athletic Club. Barcelona also beat Villarreal 4-1. Mallorca lost at home to Real Sociedad 1-0. Real Oviedo also were beaten 1-0 by Atletico Madrid. And on Sunday, we saw Elche held at home by Espanyol 2-2. It ended. Valencia beat Osasuna 1-0, while Real Betis also played 2-2 against Sevilla. Girona were beaten at home by Celta Vigo 2-1. Tonight, Miracle Real Madrid will be in action against Getafe. But before we head to that match of tonight, Barca, they seem to be getting back, to winning ways after that devastating defeat they suffered in the hands of Atletico Madrid. They're talking about the Copa del Rey. They are now back at the top of the league, 4 points clear of Real Madrid, although it can be shortened tonight. But then, Lamine Yamal scoring hat-trick over the weekend. You think he's the man that can lead the Catalan giant to the league title this season? Hence, Robert Lewandowski has been in and out of the squad.
Yeah, the likes of Yamin has been very, very fantastic. I watched that particular one. I saw the kind of fantastic goal he scored. I think he's been fantastic throughout the course of the season. And let's not forget the likes of the impact of Fermin Lopez in that particular match as well. He's been fantastic throughout this season as well. Rafinha, he's been in and out with injuries, but on his day when he's in his form, he actually comes out with those key passes, key goals, key assists. For me, I think Barcelona still has a lot to do between now and the end of the season. A lot can still change. There's still that particular game, El Clasico at the Camp Nou, that's still here to be played. So between now and that El Clasico, for me, I think a lot can change. Let's not forget that this same Barcelona, some couple of weeks back lost to the likes of Girona. So for me, I think Madrid losing to Osasuna last week as well. So for me, I think the Spanish La Liga, if Madrid can come out with a victory today, just 1 point, they cut the gap to reduce the deficit to just 1 point. And 1 point, there's no guarantee that you can win the league. So between now and the end of the season, for me, I think a lot can still change. But I feel like Barcelona has a lot. They have a lot in their own. They can come up with a victory in their remaining games. I just feel the title might just be going back to Camp Nou.
We'll just wait as Real Madrid will be in action tonight against Getafe at the Santiago Bernabeu. If they get all 3 points, it means that they will shorten the lead of Barca to just 1 point as we speak. But then we'll just wait tonight by 9 p.m. and see if Real Madrid, without Kylian Mbappe, can get all 3 point at the Santiago Bernabeu. In the German Bundesliga as well, there are some results that came through over the weekend as Augsburg beat FC Cologne 2-1. Bayern Leverkusen were held at home by Mainz 05. 1-1 is ended. Borussia Mönchengladbach also played 1-1 against Union Berlin. Hoffenheim lost at home to St. Pauli 1-0, Werder Bremen beat Heidenheim 2-0. Borussia Dortmund lost at home to Bayern Munich at 3-2. And on Sunday, Stuttgart beat Wolfsburg 4-0. Eintracht Frankfurt also whitewashed Freiburg 2-0. Hamburger SV lost at home to RB Leipzig 2-1. And to the Italian Serie A, we move because some result as well came through. Parma Calcio were held at home by Cagliari. 1-1 it ended. Czech Fabregas Como beat Lecce 3-1 as Le Havre. Rather, Hellas Verona lost at home to SSC Napoli 2-1. Inter Milan beat Genoa 2-0 as Cremonese lost at home to AC Milan 2-0. Sassuolo swallowed Atalanta 2-1. Even as Torino beat Lazio 2-0. AS Roma played 3-3 against Juventus in a 6-goal thriller. Pisa will be in action tonight against Bologna, while Udinese will also welcome Fiorentina tonight in the Italian Serie A. In the French Ligue 1, some result came through as well as Strasbourg played 1-1 against Lens. FC Paris also beat OGC Nice 1-0. Lille beat FC Nantes 1-0. Lorient played 2-2 against AJ Auxerre as Metz were beaten at home by Stade Preston 1-0. Olympique de Marseille got a bet of Olympique Lyon 3-2 as Toulouse lost at home to Rennes 1-0. AS Monaco also beat Angers 2-0, and Le Havre lost at home to Paris Saint-Germain 1-0. It is very simple to say that Paris Saint-Germain will certainly win the Ligue 1, isn't it?
Yeah, for me, with the way things stand, I think Paris Saint-Germain, although they've not been playing fantastic football, they've been struggling to grind out results. And let's not forget the likes of Lens have been the ones chasing them. They've been the chasing pack in the Ligue 1 this season, but they were able to come up with that victory, all 3 points in that particular one. Brady Bacola with a fantastic header. So for me, I think Paris Saint-Germain, as they did last season, might just be winning another league title for themselves this season. But for me, I don't think it will be easy as the last season's title.
Paris Saint-Germain, no doubt, topping the league, but then they are not that fantastic the way they were last season. Sometimes this season, they just fumble at a point where you don't even expect them to drop points. We've seen them drop points so far this season. But who says that Luis Enrique doesn't have what it takes to turn things around and maintain that consistency? We'll just wait and see. But then it's looking likely on paper that Paris Saint-Germain might just be running away with the Ligue 1 title again this season. Miracle Yamil Amali became the first 18-year-old player to score 3 times in the Spanish La Liga game since 1967. Record, for the young Spaniard. 3 goals. This is his first hat-trick for a very long time. You think with what we are seeing with this young star, he can be able to win a Ballon d'Or one day if he stays fit from injury?
Yeah, definitely. I think he's still a young lad. He still has a lot of football to play. I think if he remains consistent and still remains in the top team, the likes of Barcelona, if he's able to make a move, you never can tell how the future holds to other top teams, and he's able to win trophies and able to maintain the same consistency, scoring goals as seen here and there. I think yes, definitely he might just have an edge and win the Ballon d'Or. For me, I think he's already won the Euros with Spain. He's already won league titles with the Barcelona team. And for me, I think winning individual awards will just be what he should be thinking right now. But for me, I think there's still a lot to be done between now and then. He still needs to keep himself ready, and he still needs to maintain the same form, same performance at top-level football for him to be able to be nominated in such categories of individual awards.
All right, young Spaniard, he makes, it on our sport extraordinaire for today, because scoring hat-trick doesn't come easy, as he, of course, become the youngest, player, or rather player age 18 to score hat-trick since 1967. This is how far this record stood, and it is and was an impressive display from Lamine Yamal over the weekend as he led Barca to get all 3 points in their 4-1 victory. Miracle, your final word before we leave?
Yeah, for me, I think there are a lot of EPL games to come. This midweek fixture games, the likes of Chelsea, Aston Villa, Manchester United, Newcastle. So fingers crossed. I think a lot can still change in the league table. So we'll be looking forward to those games.
Of course, when we are back tomorrow in the evening, we'll do well to look forward to those, no matter what fixtures that will be coming midweek in the English Premier League. But for now, I did a show alongside Miracle. My name is Emmanuel Michael, the Prime Minister of the Airways, and we are saying gracias.
The board, management, and staff of Morrison Media Group presents the 2026 Anniversary Celebration Lecture of Morrison Media Group. Theme: Media's role in shaping social change, addressing inequities, and empowering voices. Chairman Alex Ndodi Enebele, FSM, President, Institute of Strategic Management of Nigeria, Chartered. Keynote speaker, Professor Armstrong Idachaba, Professor of Media and Broadcasting Communication. Panelist, Professor Chris Ochonogo, Immediate Past Head of Department, Journalism and Media Studies, University of Port Harcourt. Dr. Ijoma Tobosia, Secretary, NUJ, River State. Dr. Sarah Joe, University Orator and Associate Dean, Faculty of Communication and Media, River State University, Port Harcourt. Dr. Ibiere Koki, Ignatius Aju University of Education, Rumolomini, Port Harcourt. Chief host, Dr. Chinyere Igwe, Esquire, Chairman, Morrison Group. Date, Tuesday, 10th March 2026. Venue, Gate Place Hotel, Kilometer 5, East West Road, adjacent Obirikwere Flyover, Rumosi, Port Harcourt. Time, 10 a.m. For more information, please call Kainde Paul Obofadi, 081-063-41777 or Samuel Ajinwo at 090-454-00744.